So I kept writing music and I came up with a few songs, ones that we've played live and then binned, and ones that we never played live that we kind of revisited later.
So Misery and Survive, those were the first two songs and the first bits of music that we actually all sort of collaborated on. The four of us all together, each with an equal sort of say in the matter.
You can definitely hear everyone's kind of influences coming through a lot more with that one.
They just kind of got worked on like while we were touring Catharsis. It was just projects that we had.
I kind of had these two songs, one kind of proggy riffy song that didn't quite have like a main hook yet, and another song that was very ambient and weird, and I just mashed the two of them together and nailed that riff eventually. Got Gavin involved in writing all of the drums, got Jack to help write all those guitar parts. We used a weird guitar tuning and Troy just kind of helped oversee everything for that song, and it just, mashing these two songs, it was perfect.
Kind of actually the first time we experienced someone like moving further afield. I moved up to Perth and it was the first time we had like a proper barrier in place for meeting up.
We didn't go straight away record it and release it. We played a few shows during the Catharsis cycle where we trialled that song. It seemed to go down well, whether people like it or not. We love playing it because it's so high energy, it's weird, it's proggy.
Those songs plus another, they were in the set for at least 6 months before that. We played about 4 or 5 gigs with those.
Kind of a lot of iterations of the two songs, as well as a third song that we were kind of playing live for a while, but we decided to cannibalize the last one to use it as like different sections. So the Bridge to Survive, that actually ended up being part of that one song that we just thought wasn't really cutting it, but we liked the chorus, so it ended up in there.
Pretty sure they were completely different to what we have now, and the one of them that didn't get released kind of got chopped up and put into Misery and Survive. As it is, the other one just completely got ditched.
And the switch up in the middle makes for a great build to the end, and we love it. Survive was the first time I'd written lyrics about something a bit more deliberately positive than, you know, just our sort of usual quality of lyricism, which is just about how sad I am all the time.
The fact that we gave it so long in the live setting gave us a chance to work on the song and sort of tweak things as it goes.
We played so many shows during that era, arguably too many.
What Misery and Survive kind of was like the grace period before Meaning, where we really got chucked in and we just kind of went for it in terms of writing everything.
I think we needed that release in the middle, you know, Misery and Survive. I think we needed them to bridge between the two sides of me writing and us writing. So these songs in the middle kind of helped us get over that barrier.
Misery was originally played on 7 strings. It was the first one of the 3 of them anyway that was written, and at that point we only used 7 strings, so it was a 7-string song and like, was it drop G? But then when Survive was written, it was 6 string, and then it was, oh, let's put Misery in the 6 string, and it just worked so much better. I think it was easier for Ewan to sing as well.
Misery went through a few iterations. It's changed tuning a few times, it's changed key, it's changed number of strings on the guitar. Misery has changed a lot over the course of its life.
I mean, I suppose I think at that kind of point I was kind of getting exhausted because it was just picking up gig after gig. There was no break that we could actually sit down and write stuff.
It was our first tour. It was not only exhausting, but it was pretty good.
We wanted to be performers as well as just musicians on a stage. We wanted to really, really push ourselves. We wanted people to want to come and see us.
We toned it down a bit, and then we got to the 2020 tour. All I was thinking is duct tape gonna work?
it gave us a lot of perspective on our live show and made us think kind of like, okay, how can we do this but better?
Financially, we've bought better gear, we bought better instruments.
Yeah, I mean, this was the first time that we'd also ran in-ears. Previously, Gavin was the only one that played with a click in his ears. So it was kind of all was on him, and if he went at a time, the rest of us were fucked. So that was the point we decided. We all invested in EOS, we had the rig. That was the first set of gigs that we'd played with that, and I suppose that's the only gigs we've played with it so far.
Miles ahead of the terrible stage sound that you got at some venues. There was one gig that we showed up to, and we were like, okay, where's the monitors? And they were like, okay, you've got one floor wedge there, and you've got like this fucking like kids hi-fi speaker like gaffer taped to the wall like 2 feet from the stage.
All of those shows went fantastic for different reasons, but they were all great. Some lifelong friendships made there, I hope, and I can't wait to see those guys again.
He's a better one, there you go. Just let Jack get settled in while Snow's fucking squeaking on the couch, man.
There's some WD-40 for it.
What, for your fucking Air Max? That fucking sound engineer though, like he was a fucking dafty, like he sat on my rack. These dafties all got the train with the photographer and they were just being fucking away being chronic and getting pished all weekend. It's solid enough that it'll stop it getting bashed about. But
See, that's the MDF, just fucking paste it together.
Oh.
That was mostly Ian, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
You just give me a hell of a lot more credit for that song than I actually deserve.
Don't worry, mate, I'm not giving you any credit.
Yeah.